Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and welcome to this episode of Islamic Teaching, during which we will be talking about the parent-child relationship in Islam. During this learning session, we will shed light about the right of the child and the right of the parents that means established in Islam. Islamic general approach to the children may be summarized in few principles, which is driven directly from the divine injection. So the major principle in Islam, when we talk about the child relationship with their parents, that Islam has set certain rights for each of the parents and the child. The first right, we will be talking about the child right and what is the parent's duties in Islam. In the Holy Quran, Allah says what it means: mothers may breastfeed their children 2 complete years for whoever wishes to complete the nursing period. So this is the first right that Islam has set for the kids, for the child. The mothers must, if they wish, the mothers have to breastfeed their kids for 2 complete years. This is the nursing period where the mothers and the father have to take care of the child. Upon the father is the mother's provisions and their clothing according to what is acceptable. In this text, it's been established that there's certain rights to the mothers on the father. No person is charged with more than what to his capacity. So because it's a complete and it's a comprehensive system where all the rights are very well defined in Islam, Islam knows that every person has a capacity. So he will not be required to provide more than his capacity. No mother should be harmed through her child, and no father should through his child. If they both desire, winning through mutual consent from both of them and consultation, there is no blame upon either of them. So because the divorce may affect the life of the kids, the life of the child, in this text we see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala setting a rule that even if they want to win up through mutual consent, they have to consider what will be the implication on the life of the kids. Secondly, by implication, the parent should reciprocate and cause their child no harm for whatever reason. So in the Quran, it is very well recognized and is very clearly stated that the parents are not allowed and they are not immune from over protectiveness or negligence. So the parents are not allowed to harm their kids in any way, and they have to take the ultimate care when they are treating their children and their kids. Thirdly, it is established that there are certain guidelines and points that should be considered with respect to the children. Among these points, the children are joys of our life, and also they are a source of our pride, but it also comes with the stress. It comes with the greater responsibilities to these kids and children. Every individual, parent or children, relate to Allah directly, and everyone independently responsible for his deeds. No child can absolve the parent on the day of the judgment, and nor can a parent on behalf of his child. Finally, Islam is strongly sensitive to the crucial dependence of the child on their parents. Their decisive role in forming the child's personality is clearly recognized in Islam. In Islam, it's clearly stated that one of the responsibilities on the parents is how to guide and how to teach the Islamic teaching to their kids. And it's very essential and important that the parents guide their kids and their children to become a good member of their society. So, if the parents did not fulfill their obligation to guide and to teach their kids, they will be blamed on the day of the judgment. According to these guidelines, and more specifically, one of the rights of the children in Islam is the right to life and equal life chances. Allah say, I will inform you what your Lord has prohibited to you. He commands that you not associate anything with him, and to the parents good treatment, and do not kill your own children out of the poverty. It's not an excuse. If the parents are poor, they will take this as an excuse to relieve themselves and release themselves from their responsibility to their children. In this episode, we'll be talking about the second angle of this relationship, which is the child and parent relationship, where we'll be talking about the child's duty to his parents. It's important to realize that the child-parent relationship, it's a complementary. So the parents and children are bound together by mutual obligation and reciprocal commitments. So, as we mentioned earlier, the parents has certain rights. The parents have to fulfill their rights to their children. On the other hand, also the children and the kids have to fulfill their duties toward their parents. So, as the parents age, they will become weak and they will become in need for support and assistance whenever it's needed. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say in the Quran, it gives us the concept of ihsan, which is a strong sense of good consciences, which we have to abide by. It can be translated that Islam introduced the concept or the term ihsan, which is a strong sense of the worship toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you want to translate what's the meaning of ihsan, it does not mean only abiding and adhering to our parents when they command us to do anything. It goes beyond obedience and adherence to our parents. We are supposed to not harm our parents and feel them uncomfortable for any reason. Even a small word, if it will harm them, we have to refrain ourselves from saying this word and we have to take the ultimate care and be kind and nice to our parents. This brings us to the end of this learning session, and we will see you in the next episode. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.